Hi, welcome to the Google Analytics dashboard created by our team here at Visualytics. As you may already know, Google Analytics is a web analytics service offered by Google that tracks and reports website traffic. The objective of the dashboards that we have created is to analyze web traffic of a website and provide some insights from that. We hope that these dashboards could be of inspiration for you. Now let's see, we have created 4 dashboards. You can move from one dashboard to the other by clicking on the icons here, just like this. Let's start with the first dashboard, which is about KPIs. KPIs are performance indicators used to monitor, analyze, and optimize user behavior on websites. Now let's see how the dashboard is structured, because they all have a similar structure. So we have this first part here, which is the main part that contains the KPIs. In this case, we have 5 KPIs, and we can click on each of them and we'll see that the graph down here changes accordingly. On each KPI, we also have an indication on whether that measure went up or down compared to the month before. So then we have the graph down here. Now it's set on users, for example, and we can see it's a line graph that has a positive linear trend. And the average amount of users are around 3,106. Then to the right here, we have a graph that tells us about page views by main device, so by type of device that users adopt. And we can use this to filter as well on the graph. So for example, if we want to see the amount of users that access a website from their mobile phone, we just click on the icon and we'll see that the graph changes. And so the average went from 3,000 and something to 786 a month. We can just click on the icon again to remove the selection. On the top right part here, we have the filters. We can select a date, moving the slider and selecting a specific time period that we're interested in, for example. Or we could select how we want to view the graph. So now it's set on month, but we could see it every day, every week, every quarter, or every year. Now let's have a look at the second dashboard, which focuses on users. Here we have 6 KPIs. Some of them are different from the previous dashboard. We have always a line graph here, but there's something new because we can click here and switch this graph to a map. And we see now we have a map that tells us where the users are located. So we see the majority of them are in Italy, 79,000. We have a few in Spain, and the United States as well, by the looks of it. To the right here, we have a donut chart that tells us how many of the users are new and how many are returning visitors. And as usual, we can always select different KPIs and the graph will update. So in this case, for example, we can see on the map where the average session durations happened. Or we could always switch to a trend. And in this case, for example, we see that the last time someone accessed the website and opened the session, they stayed for less time than the average, so just above 1 minute. Our third dashboard focuses on page views. A page view is an instance of a page being loaded or reloaded in a browser. So basically, every time someone starts a session by opening and viewing a page on your website, you'll get a page view. So here we have 3 KPIs, but then we have different information from the previous dashboard. So we have the top 5 exits. So these are the top 5 pages that caused users to exit the most. And then we have here the top pages. We have listed the first 10. And we can click on the arrows to see more than 10 if we want, 30 and so on. And we can go back by clicking the other arrow. Then you can click here and you can switch to top source. So these are the top sources, and as usual you can move around. And you can switch back to top page if you want. Lastly, this dashboard is about events. So it has just one KPI, but you can feel free to add more if you want to. So this tells us on the map where the majority of events have happened. And an event is a user interaction with an element on your website. So for example, the user opens a video, downloads an image, and so on. And here we can see the different country and how many events there have been in each country. As usual here, Italy is number 1. And here we have on the right the top events by month and with the specific dates as well. So for example, if we click on Italy, then we will see just the top events linked to Italy. Clicking again, it will remove the selection. But we could do, for example, something else as well. So we could group elements in a region, and then we would filter based on that automatically. So now we see all the events that have taken place in the countries that we have selected, in this case, European countries. And again, you can double click and exit the selection. So we thought these dashboards could be useful. The first dashboard has the most generic type of information, so it would be perfect, for example, at a managerial level to have an idea on what's going on with the company's website, for example. Whereas the other 3 dashboards have more specific information, and they would be perfect for a marketing department, for example, to analyze traffic. We hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun clicking around the dashboard and finding more insights.